Well guys, here's an update on the brown truck. I know I said I was gonna make a video of it lowered and different transmission and it running, and so this is kind of part 2 of that video. This is the transmission I'm gonna put in it. It's a 5-speed out of that little blue truck, and it's kind of one of those things that made this video also for everybody that's doing this stuff at home. You don't have to have a $20,000-$30,000 shop to work on cars. You don't, and it makes it nice. It does. And but hey, I was right here on the ground, as you can tell. This little truck right here was the donor, and just snatched everything out of it. But kind of want to make this video for that reason. Yeah, I got places to actually take it out, but I would have had to have moved a lot of stuff around to get the concrete, or inside the basement it's got a car in it. Well, 3 cars actually. So I was like, let's go real old school and do it out here on this dirt, and just do it, because a lot of people are not fortunate enough to have a place to work on cars. And so my beginnings were very, very, very humble, and this is exactly what I always had to work in and around. And as I became a teenager, fortunate enough we had a slab poured in the backyard, and had no shop, just a slab. And that was one of the best things ever, and it was a real shitty slab. It was rough, and you couldn't roll a jack across that thing without something falling off of it, be it a back end or a transmission, because it was just it was a terrible poured slab. But you know what, it was still a slab at the end of the day, and it wasn't laying on the back in dirt. And at least when your wrench fell, you didn't have to dig through the leaves to find it. You just had to dig through the rough concrete. But it was, I'm joking, but it was a really, really crappy slab. So that was kind of this video. You don't have to have a nice ass shop to do this stuff by any means, but it helps. But this is the truck. I put the wheels on it. I wasn't going to put a lowering kit on it yet until I saw what it looked like with those wheels and tires on it. And it is definitely going to get one, because it needs it. Those tires are actually really, really tall tires. But it's going to get lowered in the front and the back. But the little motor actually does run good in the truck. I'd say it does. So it actually is a good running little truck. It's just been sitting up for forever, and that transmission, the 700R, is just gone in it. I mean, it does not pull. And I was going to pull the one out of that red truck, but it, like I said in the last video, it is gone. So the 5-speed is the cheapest conversion, and while I got it down, I'm going to pull the rear main seal, replace it, because from the looks at it, that one needed one, and this truck, it's got oil under it as well, so it's definitely gonna get a rear main seal put in it as well. But I'm not swapping the stern column. I'm going to take the shifter handle off, because this one is a tilt column. So that one's a plain Jane regular stern column in that one. And I was going to pull the motors and transmissions and just swap them both around. And once again, doing it out here, it would have just been more of a pain in the ass. So I was like, just drop the transmission, swap them around. But I did actually crank up both of these little trucks today and let this one sit there and run. And it was just one of those things. There's nothing wrong with the motor. It was just, by the time you either try to get a cherry picker over here to do it in the ground, and try to lift it up out of there, it's just more of a hassle. Everything's gonna dig in this dirt. And I've got a lift pole that I made to go into the back of my receiver hitch on my truck, and you can pull them out that way, but it's just, heck, it was just as easy. 6 bolts on the bell housing, 2 dust shield bolts, and 4 cross member bolts, and 1 transmission mount, and 4 shifter bolts, and 2 nuts for the slave cylinder, and 2 wires. And about 35 minutes later, she's on the ground. But hopefully tomorrow, we got to get a rear main seal and a pilot bushing, because this truck, of course, was automatic. So we got to get a new pilot bushing for the crankshaft. That clutch and pressure plate, actually, it looked like somebody had replaced it. Let me get up under here with it. Let's see. Y'all can see how the jack's already dug in there, but that clutch pressure plate actually looks fairly new in it. It's definitely not the original one, but it has been replaced. And so that rear main seal actually might have been replaced when they put that clutch on there. I'm not sure, so I'll have to check that out. But I think I'm going to use this exhaust system that's under it. Somebody had actually run some true dual exhaust, which is not that big a deal, but it does have nice flow masters and stuff like that. So I might take and cut all that out from under this truck and throw it under that truck. So might just be easier that way. But, like I said, this little thing ran good, but if I pulled the motors out of them, then I have a motor and transmission just sitting on the ground somewhere. So this thing still had a house. So I've got that whole van body over there is just completely full of motors and transmission. So it's one more thing that I didn't want to have to fool with and put it up somewhere. But, man, there's my tie rod. As you can tell, this thing just spins freely due to the fact that in the wreck it actually broke that tie rod when it hit a tree, and I kind of patched it back together, and it still got hung on the bumper, and then the pressure of the power steering and trying to turn it, it finally just broke the tacks that I'd tack welded that thing back together with. It sucks getting old. Dang. But yeah, that's kind of what this video is about. You don't have to have a really nice shop or anything to get out there and do stuff. Don't get me wrong, it did help today, because Alabama, you know, our weather is probably, shoot, I'd say it's about 55, 60 degrees maybe right now. So it's not bad at all. So that made it a lot better. But yeah, like I said, in the comments, y'all y'all post to see. Tell me how low this thing needs to go. Does it need a 2.4 or, you know, because it definitely needs to go lower. But I think she'll make a pretty cool old truck. And it is definitely for sale. I am not gonna keep it. I'm just bought it to resell, and like I said, I'm gonna throw that transmission in there because it was basically already bought and paid for when I bought that truck, and so it would cost me $1,200 to $1,600 to get that 700R rebuilt, and I know it probably appeals to more people being an automatic, because the sad part about it is a lot of young people don't know how to drive straight shifts now, and that's terrible. So maybe by converting this one to straight shift, maybe some younger people learns how to drive straight shift. But as always, if y'all like these videos, like them, subscribe them. But and be safe. But till I make another one, hopefully it'll be tomorrow, with this thing maybe running and driving down the road. I wouldn't see why not. But till then, y'all be safe. See ya.